confidence. Confidence means having trust in yourself. It means surrendering to the highest degree of love that is present within yourself because it has been filled through the connection with God. And knowing that you live in abundance and believing and embodying that trait every single moment of your life, day in, day out, week after week, month after month, year after year. Knowing that there is always a solution to your problems, and even better, knowing that each problem or each circumstance is an opportunity to grow, to be challenged, to learn something from. It makes life interesting. It makes life joyful because you know that in every single encounter with every single person, which creates an endless amount of situations and circumstances that you could learn from. I can't really see a possibility where things could go wrong. Even if it could be stamped, or even if it could be labeled as failures, those failures were just lessons in disguise. And it may seem like naive optimism or blind optimism to just see the positivity in everything, but there is positivity in everything. There is life, there is love, there is joy, there is abundance in every single encounter. We just have to be able to extrapolate the lessons from everything. Which is why I practice self-reflection, which is why I practice prayer and meditation. It is to become more competent in reading and recognizing my own patterns when talking or communicating with people, dealing with pressure, dealing with anxiety, feelings of loss and sadness. All of these circumstances are there to challenge you, to put pressure on you and see if you will come out the other side with the lesson. So with that being said, I could apply this to every situation in my life, from work to my social life to creating content to working out. Everything is connected. Everything is tied together in one way or shape or form or another. And how you do one thing is how you do everything. So taking all that, and I know it's a lot of information, but taking all that and applying that, putting that into practice every single day with every single interaction, with every single person you meet, it requires a degree of being present. It requires you listening and recognizing what your patterns are and how to break through those habits. Sit with yourself every night or every morning or even both. 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops. It doesn't need much, but just a little bit of attention every day goes a long way. And simply review your day. Review the intentions for the day in the morning, and at night review what you're going to be or what you have done. And simply look at, okay, what were the situations where I felt pressured, where I felt like I didn't perform or didn't reach the optimal level of accomplishment? Or basically, where did you feel shitty? Where did you get pissed? Where did you feel upset? Take those moments, look at them thoroughly, and extrapolate. Just take it apart. Why did I say that? Why did I act this way? Why did I react in a way that was not very desirable? Why did I think it wasn't desirable? Why did I think I could do better? And how could I do better? And all of these little questions they usually step back and lead to a source where something had happened in your past. Whether that was childhood, whether that was in your teenage years, or maybe during a relationship with somebody very important and influential in your life. Everything can be traced back to one happening or one circumstance or challenge of any kind. And once you know that, hey, this is where this particular pattern or habit started, and you can view it on all levels: physical, emotional, spiritual, mental. One thing that I figured out is, at least for myself, is that I've become so good at this that I can easily pinpoint where everything happened in my life and why I react a certain way. And it brings a certain degree of relief knowing where your roots are from, as in the root of your problems. And what I have noticed is that once you get better at it and you start being able to connect the dots, put all the puzzle pieces together, you start reading other people a lot more easily as well. And that is where my discernment, my mental clarity comes from, is being able to read myself. And because we're all part of the same source, and understanding and having empathy and being able to exercise that on a daily helps me to read other people. And not that I'm psychic or that I'm a very good body language reader or nonverbal reader. Not at all. But it does help to empathize and connect with people once you understand how you work. And once you understand how other people work and how yourself works, I think Sun Tzu, the art of war is know yourself and know your enemy, and you will win the battle. I'm paraphrasing here. Point is, once you know the dynamic between people, the jig is up. Confidence is just, it's there. Because you have trust in yourself. You have trust to the highest degree with love within yourself. And then you start noticing how people just wear masks all the time. You start noticing how they just have a facade on. A lot of people don't live authentically. They live to avoid pain. They avoid pain. They avoid discomfort. Most people don't want to grow. At least they don't want to grow in a way that pushes them to actually work through the pain. They want to change in a way that is favorable to them, with the least amount of discomfort and pain, but with the highest payout or the biggest reward. But unfortunately, that's not always how life works. So understanding that whatever pain and discomfort you put yourself through, and it returns to you with just as much input as you have received in output, you start looking for challenges. You start looking for circumstances that actually push you to become better, to expand your horizons, to increase the area of your understanding in whatever field that might be. It pushes you to actually chase, to align yourself with the traits, with the skills, with the situations, with the people that are necessary for your growth. And that's what being on the path is all about. It's not about simply walking and seeing whatever people or whatever circumstances come to you. No, it's more about walking the path to discover more and more of yourself, so that you have clearer discernment and a clearer mind in order to traverse the path thoroughly and be present at all times. To elevate your consciousness. Being confident is not about knowing how much money you have, not about the fancy sports cars, not that I have any. It's not external, is what I'm trying to say. It's all internal. It's all here. It's all there. All the answers that you seek are already within you. And with that, just go for your dreams. Stay connected to God. Live authentically. Love yourself and others. What could possibly go wrong? And even if it seems like it's all going wrong, remember, you're just being challenged based on who you are. And if growth means love, well, I guess God is just loving you the hardest. So take it as a compliment, or better yet, take it as a sign to step up to the challenge and give it your best. And maybe, just maybe, you make it. But we all need each other for what's to come. So remember, love yourself and love others. Speak soon.